Hey guys, and welcome to Bus Plays Games Tanking Tips and Tutorials. Today we're going to be going over Halls of Origination, I believe it's pronounced, as a warrior tank, and I'll be discussing tips and just basic things that can help you get better as a tank. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so first off, Vigilance. You're going to want to put that on the person doing the most DPS. I'd really suggest putting it on a melee because if the melee was to pull aggro off the monster, that would just turn around and hit him, and you have more chance of making the vigilance go off and you getting a taunt back. But if it's a ranged, then the monster, if it pulls aggro, it will have to run all the way over to the DPS if it's arranged, and then hit them, which takes longer time, and that's just a hassle. So, but you're gonna want to put it on your melee DPS a lot more, highest melee DPS preferably. But if the melee DPS is really doing nothing compared to the range, then you'll have to chuck it on a ranged. So yeah, and to see who's doing the most DPS, just get something like Recount or Omen 3 helps. Like they're both some really good add-ons you can get. Um, if you know any others, then yeah, you could probably use them as long as they tell you who's doing what, how much damage, and yeah. Okay, and you can also find if you're charging or leafing, whatever you prefer, into a larger group and you don't feel as if that you're going to keep the aggro for a long time, it's a really good idea to use Shockwave because that is a really big AoE stun. It can stun them for a while and give you a chance to like chuck on a Thunderclap, maybe taunt some, or just use a challenging shout so you can pull aggro from the whole group of all the enemies for a while, just so you can get proper aggro on everything. And it helps so much, especially when you have a lot of mages that do their AoE spells and tend to pull aggro. With your healers, honestly, I think they control the group. Like, if they stop healing, then you're screwed. So, so you're gonna want to be nice to them. Watch their mana. That's one of the most important things you have to do. If they're low on mana, ask them for a mana break. If they don't need one, then you can continue. But if they do need one, then you just need a little break. Having patience is one key thing about being a tank, because when I was doing as DPS or heals in some dungeons, I found some really arrogant tanks that just thought that because they're tanking and they lead the group that they're everything, and they didn't wait for anybody else. So just remember to be nice to your party or raid or whatever you're doing, because then I guess you'll be seen as a really good tank, as a nice tank, and they'll want you more, especially if you're polite and not an arrogant, mean word. La 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 la. Yeah, it's just an amazing thing to do, and it helps a lot. Demoralizing shout. It's a really good move. It reduces. I'm pretty sure it reduces the damage that the enemies do, or whoever you end up getting with it, by like 10 or 20%. So it's really good to use in a large group of enemies because it makes the healer's job easier, and it just makes the whole thing run smoother, and it doesn't cost much. It doesn't have a big casting time. It's instant, and it you can just spam it really if you need to. And yeah, I just suggest keeping it on a bar so you can use it frequently. I mean, I still have mistakes. I'm not a perfect tank. I still need to use it a bit more in dungeons and stuff just to make everyone's job easier. It's not essential, but it is an amazing thing to help and just make everyone's life easier. Okay, rotations. Well, yeah, just whatever you use in fight when you're versing them, you know. So shield slam. Yeah, that is like I spam that a lot. That and cleave. Shield slam gets a lot of threat, so does cleave. I'm pretty sure cleave is AoE threat as well, and yeah, they're really good. Revenge, as soon as it goes off, you want to use it. That's AoE as well. It they're good dispensable abilities because I mean, as soon as they pop up, they don't use much rage, and yeah, also the main one that I forgot to mention straight away, Thunderclap. Thunderclap and Rend are amazing. Make sure you get Blood and Thunder as soon as you hit level 15, and if you don't have it, I suggest you like respec or something and get it because it is a amazing move. It pulls so much threat and you'll really need that in tanking. And if you've managed to tank without it, then that's actually quite amazing. Okay, and also last but not least, Devastate. It's a really good move. It reduces their armor. It's like Sunder Armor. It reduces their armor. It stacks up to 3 times, I'm pretty sure, and it has a high critical hit chance. And it's really good because after you've established aggro and done what you have to do, you on the strongest monster or monster mob whatever, you chuck it down, reduces the armor, makes them more squishy, and helps the DPS, well, do DPS and kill the monster faster, makes it go smoother. And because it does hit high, it also increases your DPS, just to pitch in a bit more damage there to kill whatever quicker. And yeah, it's a really good move. I suggest you keep it on your bars so you can spam it. Heroic Strike. I've never really used it because it uses a lot of rage, and even if you are in the point where you're earning more rage than you can spend, you don't want to go off and just joyfully use your heroic strike and lose rage, because in the event that something does happen that is unexpected, like say some guy just randomly pulls aggro for whatever reason, then you're gonna need some abilities to be able to, some rage, sorry, and to be able to use abilities and get that monster back to attacking you. And I find it's just something that you really don't need, because I mean, you're not meant to be doing DPS. I mean, things like Devastate help you just pitch in a little bit more, but Heroic Strike just you don't really need it, in my opinion, and I'd suggest not using it because it just wastes so much rage on something that you could be using it to like Shield Slam, Cleave, Thunderclap, whatever. Okay, so I guess that's it for part one. Thanks everyone for watching. Thumbs up, thumb downs if you like it or whatever. If anyone has any questions, just please put it in the comments below. And also, I would really appreciate it if you commented or, whatever of things I could do better, because I'm really new to this, so I'm accepting all the help I can get. I'll upload the new parts depending on how well this goes. See if it's worth adding them in or not. Anyway, so thanks for watching and see yous.